Good morning one and all. Okay students, in the previous class we learned about sort, filter and some more tabs in Excel, right? And one more important feature is there in Excel, students, that is data validation. Yes, see, data validation is one of the important feature in Excel. So what is data validation? Data validation is the process of checking the valid data. So that is, it is a process of checking the user input to the worksheet. So by using data validation, we can restrict the user input. Okay. So now I will show you how to restrict the data that is entered into the cell. So that means data validation controls what type of data can be entered into the cell. So before entering the data, we can create the validation rule to the worksheet. Okay. Now I will show you how to apply restrictions to the worksheet by using data validation. So what is data validation? Data validation is a process of checking the valid data that is entered by the user in the cell. Right students? So now the data validation is available on. So what is data validation, students? So data validation is the process of checking valid data that is entered by the user in the cell. So now the data validation tool is available under data tab. So if you want to apply data validation, first select the empty range of cells. So why? Because it is a process of checking the valid data. That means we can restrict the data that is entered by the user into the cell. So now select the range of cells. Okay. So now I will select F2H, that is from 14 rows. Okay. F, G, H columns are selected here. Now we can go to data tab and then click on data validation drop down arrow. See, that is the first option, that is data validation. If you want to create validation rules, then simply click on data validation. 1 second students, I will zoom the screen. Okay. So now click on data validation drop down arrow. Okay. And then click on data validation. Yes. So now you will get this dialog box, that is data validation dialog box. So now you can restrict the user input by using these tabs. First one is settings, second one is input message, and third one is error alert. So settings is the most important tab in this dialog box. Why? Because we can restrict or we can create a validation rules by using settings tab. For example, here, see, under settings we have validation criteria. So validation criteria. Okay, validation criteria. So under validation criteria, we have two drop down list boxes. First one is any value, allow drop down list. See here, allow drop down list contains some options like whole number. So that means if you want to restrict the cells that can only accept whole numbers, that means if you create the validation rule by using whole number, so those cells can only accept the whole numbers as its input. Next one, decimal, list, date, time, text length, custom. So that means we can customize it. Okay. So we can enter the formulas. So first one I'll select whole number, okay, and when you click or when you select the whole number on this drop down list box, and then data, minimum and maximum text boxes are appeared here. So on the data we have different options like, so this is a number criteria, that is between, not between, equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. For example, here I would like to restrict the cells that can only accept the numbers between 10 to 100, okay. So first select between, and you can enter the minimum number. See here, I'll just enter 10 in minimum text box, and I'll enter 100 in maximum text box, okay, and then click on OK. So now the validation rule is created, okay. So this is the range of cells, so that we have already created the validation rule. That means these cells only accepts the whole number that is in between from 10 to 100, right. So now for example here, first in the first cell, so like this you can apply the validation rules for the entire sheet, okay. For example, I will enter 10, okay, now press enter. Yes, 10 is accepted. Why? Because see, in our validation rule the minimum value is 10, right. So it accepts 10. For example, here now I would like to enter 9, press enter. So what is this message, students? Just observe the dialog box. This is error alert message. So that means there is an error. See here the message is the value you entered is not valid, as data validation is used to check for valid input data. But here we have created one validation rule by accepting the whole numbers, that is 10 to 100, but here we will enter 9, as 9 is not in the validation rule. So that is why you will get this message, that is the value entered is not valid. A user has restricted values that can be entered in this. If you want to retry to enter another value, simply click on retry, or else you can click on cancel. Then you can go to that cell and enter 90. Yes, it accepts 90. Again, if I would like to enter 105, press enter, again you will get the same message. So like this we can apply restrictions to the worksheet, so that users enter into the cell. Is this example is clear to you all? Again I will show you another example for data validation, okay. So if you want to apply data validation, first select the empty cell range. Okay, so now I'll select these cells, okay. So select the empty cell range, okay. Yes. Select the empty cell range, and then you can go to data validation under data tab. Click on data validation drop down arrow and select data validation option. Then this dialog box will be displayed on the Excel window, which contains 3 tabs: settings tab, input message and error alert. Okay. So now go to settings tab to create validation rules, okay. So under validation criteria, so just click on the drop down list box. This is allow drop down list box, okay. So now select decimal or whole number, so whatever it may be. So based on the requirement you can select any one of them. Why? Because this drop down list contains many options like whole number, decimal, list, date, time, text length, custom. Okay, custom means we can enter the formulas, that means we can create the validation rules by using formulas. Again, under data, choose any one of them like greater than. So the minimum value is, here I'll enter 100. So that means here all the selected cells can only accept the value that is greater than 100. So now my validation rule is, see here, the user input, so that is entered into the particular cell must be the value that is greater than 100. Okay. So I think there was a problem with video, right? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, clear students? And again 2 more tabs are there, right? Input message, error alert. See, if you enter the value that is less than 100, so then it will automatically provide some alert message, that is error alert message. See, if you want to create your own error alert message, simply click on error alert tab. Error alert tab. See, if you want to provide hints for the selected range of cells, if you want to provide hints to the user, simply click on input message. Okay students? See, if you want to provide hint to the user, you can click on input message tab. See here, put the title for the input message, that is, I have written hint. Okay, input message. So what is our validation rule? The value that must be greater than 100, right? So enter decimal values only. Okay, so that is greater than 100. That is greater than 100, right? So this is the input message. Just observe the message students. If you want to provide hints to the user by using data validation, okay. So this is my input message, that is, my title is hint and my input message is enter decimal values only, that is greater than 100. Okay. If you want to create your own error alert message, so if you want to create own error alert message if the user enter the wrong input, see, when you click on error alert tab, you have style drop down list box. So under style drop down list box, there are 3 types of messages, that is stop, warning, information. So if you want to create warning message, simply click on warning. So this is the warning icon. So if you want to stop, select the stop. So if you want to provide the information, simply click on information. This is information icon. So now I want to create a warning message. Title. Here my title is warning. See, enter your own text in the place of title text box. Okay. So here my text is, here I have written warning and error message. See, my message is this is not valid data, or otherwise my message is please enter valid data. Okay students? Okay. So now here I'll enter 100. Okay. So next 105 and then press enter. 9. So 1 second students. Here the validation is not applied to these cells. Okay. Select the cells and go to data validation. Click on data validation and under settings. Okay, see, data validation is not applied. I think I'll forget to click OK button. So again I'll select whole number, the data that is greater than 50. Okay. If you want to provide hints to the user, click on input message and the title is hint. Okay, now enter the input message. So enter whole numbers. Okay, and then click on error alert. Here I want to create warning message. Select warning and enter title, and my title is warning, and the error message. Please enter valid data. Okay, and then click on OK, and then click on OK. See, this is hint. See, here enter spelling is wrong. So again go to data tab, data validation. So I'll check with input message. Enter whole numbers. Click on OK. Yes, this is the hint. Is it clear now, students? Is the video is clear? Okay, did you observe the hint? Come on, students, did you observe that message that is displayed in a yellow box? That is, the title is hint. Yes, I'll just put the title as hint. The hint, the input message is enter all numbers. That means, so while creating the validation rule, as if you want to provide hints to the user, simply you can create your own hint by using input message tab under data validation dialog box. Okay, so now, so I'll just change this value to 34. See, this is our own warning message. Yes. See, by default it gives one error alert message. Okay, and now if you want to create our own messages, so if you want to create our own messages, simply go to error alert tab. See, here I'll create warning message. This is the icon of warning. See, my message is please enter valid data. So what is the title warning? Yes. See, every dialog box has the title bar, right? As now the title is displayed on title bar, that is warning. This is our title, warning, and the message is please enter valid data. It asks about continue, that is if you want to continue, click on yes, otherwise click on no. See, if you want to cancel this dialog box, click on cancel. See, here just I'll click on no. Clear, students? So if you want to change it, simply enter 53. See, the hint message will be displayed on all the selected cells. Clear, students? Is it clear to you all? Okay, come on, tell me, how can we create the data validation rules? So what is data validation? Very good. It is used to provide the restrictions to the type of data or values that users enter into the cell. So validation is a process of providing restrictions See, if you want to create validation rules, first go to data validation tool under data tab. Okay. See, data validation is the process of checking the valid data. That means if you want to provide restrictions to the other users, then simply you can create validation rules on the worksheet. Okay. Again, select another range of cells. Okay. And yes, we can create the validation rules on the text length. Okay. So go to data validation and click on data validation. Under settings, select text length under allow drop down list box. Okay, the text length between here, the text length is equal to 5. That means it must not exceed more than 5 characters, as the text that is entered into the cell must not exceed more than 5 characters. So that means like this we can apply any type of restrictions to the number data or the text data. So click on OK. For example, here I will enter Aditya. Okay. Press enter. See, you will get this message. Why, students? What is the reason? Why, students? What is the reason? Just observe the screen and post your answers. So why we will get this message, that is error alert message. So I will zoom the screen. Okay, just observe the screen, students. So now it is clear. See, it displays that the value entered is not valid. A user has restricted values that can be entered into the cell. Why, students? What is the reason behind that? Come on, students. Very good from AWDC KKD, because the text length is equal to 5, but here we will enter 6 letters, right? Very good, Jyotika. Yes, yes, yes. As there was a problem on my side. No. So video is not stopped here. Just it's lagging, okay? Yes. So here we can create one validation rule on the text data that must not exceed more than 5 characters. That means that is equal to 5. The text length must be equal to 5 characters. So text is a combination of letters, numbers and symbols, right? Yes. So that means like this we can create the validation rules depend upon the text length also. Okay, yes, we can create validation rules on whole numbers, on decimals, on list, on dates, on text length, etc. So validation is one of the important feature in Excel. Why? Because we can easily restrict the other users to enter data into the cell. Clear? And we can also create our own input messages and own error alert messages. See, under data validation dialog box, so we have 3 tabs. So first one is settings. Okay, settings tab is used to create validation rules. That is the most important one, and these are optional. Why? Because it automatically provides one error alert message if the user enter invalid data into the cell. If you want to create your own input message like hint, first click on input message tab and enter the title of the input message and enter your own message in input message text box. And error alert S. If you want to create your own error alert message, simply first select any one of the style. There are 3 styles of error alert messages: stop, warning, information, and enter your title, and this title will be displayed on the dialog box title bar. Okay, that is error alert dialog box title bar, and you can enter your own error message. So like this you can create validation rules and your own input messages and your own error alert messages by using data validation. Clear, students? See, if you want to print the particular, so with this we have done with the most important command, students. Okay, and the review again contains spelling and grammar, research, thesaurus, translate, new comment. So these are all similar to a word review tab. Okay, what is the shortcut key for spelling and grammar dialog box? So like MS Word, we can also check for spelling and grammatical mistakes in Excel by using this tool. So that is available under review tab. So what is the shortcut key for spelling and grammar dialog box? What is the shortcut key for spelling and grammar dialog box? So we already discussed spelling and grammar, thesaurus and more commands on MS Word. Very good, very good, very good. As F7 is the shortcut key to open spelling and grammar dialog box. Now there are no errors here, so that's why. So you'll get this message, that is, do you want to continue checking at the beginning of the sheet? Yes, the spelling check is complete for the entire sheet. See here, there are no mistakes here. Okay, so what is the use of thesaurus? What is the use of thesaurus, students? So why we use thesaurus? So this command is almost available in all the office programs like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Access, etc. So what is the use of thesaurus? And what is the shortcut key for thesaurus? So what is the use of thesaurus? As thesaurus is used to give the synonyms and antonyms for the selected words. So when you click on, see, Shift plus F7 is the shortcut key for thesaurus. So when you press Shift and F7, so 1 second, Shift F7, or else you can directly click on thesaurus option under review tab. So this is the research pane. Yes. So when you click on a research or when you click on a thesaurus, the same pane is available on the right side of the window. So under research pane, I'll zoom the screen, okay? Okay, students. So under the research pane, just enter the word that you want to search for. Okay, the synonyms or antonyms, or else you can select the particular word on the sheet. For example, here I can search for content. For example, content, and click on this button. Okay, so now it gives all the synonyms and antonyms of the word that is given in search for text box. So gratified, happy, satisfied, contented, pleased, comfortable, relaxed, that is, see, antonym is unhappy. See, like this you will get all the synonyms, and as well as sometimes it shows the antonyms of the particular word. So like this thesaurus is one of the best feature in MS Office programs, not only in Excel. So it is also available in Word, PowerPoint, Access, etc. So it is available in all the Office programs. Okay. Clear, students? So I think topic is clear, but here video is not clear, right? See, if you have any doubts on Excel, post your questions, students. I will clear all your doubts. Okay. So like this, we can insert the comments by using new comment. Okay. And the last one is view tab. And again, there are number of views are there. There are 3 views. Normal view. This is normal view. Page layout view. Okay. So page break preview. So it shows the page breaks on your sheet. 1 second, students. The default view is normal view. Okay. For example, if you want to print this worksheet, simply you can go to File menu. Okay. And click on Print. And this is the preview of your sheet. See, the grid lines are only appeared. See, there are no lines here for rows and columns. Simply it looks like a plain page. Okay, and the numbers are appeared as a normal text, but it doesn't represent with rows and columns, right? See, grid lines. Excel sheet contains grid lines, and the grid lines must be appeared on the Excel sheet, but those lines are not appeared on the printed page. So if you want to print your worksheet data in the form of table, simply you have to put borders for the particular area. So like this. Now I will show you how to put borders for the sheet. Okay, students, how to put borders for the sheet? For example, I want to print this area. Okay. Now I want to print this area. So just select the area that you want to print on your paper. Go to Home. Under Font Group, you have Borders command. Click on the Border command and apply all borders. Click on all borders. So now the data is stored in the form of table, that is rows and columns. So now you can go to File and Print. So the shortcut key for print. So what is the shortcut key for print, students? See here, S. So like this you have to apply borders. Otherwise the grid lines are not printed on printed papers or not appeared on printed pages. So if you want to print the worksheet, simply you can apply the borders for the particular range of cells or the particular tables or the particular area of the sheet. Okay, students, clear? See, press Shift plus F7 to open the research pen as research pen contains the thesaurus. So what is the shortcut key for print dialog box? As students, Control P is the shortcut. See, Control plus N. Okay, to open a new workbook. So why? Because Excel file is called as workbook. As if you want to open new workbook, go to File tab and click on New, or Control plus N is the shortcut key. Click on blank workbook and then click on Create. Now this is the new workbook, and each workbook contains number of worksheets. By default 3 sheets are available here. If you want to insert another sheet, simply click on Insert Worksheet button, or the shortcut key is Shift plus F11, right? And if you want to print the document, press Control plus P, or you can go to Print command or Print option. And if you want to save this workbook, click on save or save as, or else you can press Ctrl plus S. Okay. So if you want to close the particular window, press Ctrl plus W or click on close or exit options under file menu. So Ctrl plus O is the shortcut key to open an existing workbook. So simply click on open. To open an existing workbook, you will get this dialog box. So browse for your workbook and click on open. Yes. So this is our existing workbook which is available on the system. Okay. Like this, we use shortcut keys for quick accessing. Clear, students? Okay. From tomorrow onwards, we are going to start PowerPoint. Okay. So with this, we have done with Excel. So practice all the commands which we have discussed in Excel, and if you have any doubts, post your questions in the next class, students. Okay, and I'll clear all your doubts, and again we'll start PowerPoint. Okay, students, thank you everyone. We'll continue in the next class. Thank you, students.